Here in the Midwest, it starts getting cold. It gets real cold. They're talking about a lot of snow this year, so unfortunately, I'm going to be putting the KPR away for a few months, and today I'm going to be getting it ready for that 2 or 3 months hiatus. And I'm going to take you through my process of what I do when I winterize a motorcycle. I have 2 bikes. This one is fuel injected and my Gold Wing is carbureted. There's a little bit of a different process to the carburetors that you have to protect the passages in it a little bit more. There's things you can do, and if you do have a carbureted bike and you're watching this, you can watch my Gold Wing winterization video and you can see what I did with that. But with the fuel injection, it's pretty much a sealed system, so you don't have a lot to worry about. But there is some things that I do. So, okay, first thing you want to do is you want to check your tire pressure. You want to make sure your tires are aired up, because if they're low, you could possibly end up with a flat spot in the tire. And there's some things you can do with it sitting. I'm going to show you that in a little bit to prevent that as well. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get started, and we're going to put some Sta-Bil into the gas tank. What this is it's a marine Sta-Bil, and what I will be doing is I'll be putting in just a little over a half ounce. A half ounce is supposed to treat 5 gallons, so about a half ounce would actually be enough. But you want to make sure that you have a full tank of gas before you do that, because you want to store it with a full tank of gas. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to warm up your motorcycle and get the engine warm so that you can change the oil and the filter in it. You don't want the bike sitting all winter with the old oil in it. There's contaminants in that oil that could cause problems, and it's best to store it with nice, clean, fresh oil. So I'm going to be doing an oil change on it, and we're going to do that next. Okay, for the oil change, you need a 17 millimeter and a ratchet. Take the drain plug out. That oil's still pretty clean. Okay, now that the oil and filter is changed, now it's time to fill it back up with some nice, clean, fresh oil. Okay, now that your oil change is complete, now it's time to make sure your bike is off of the ground if possible, on a center stand or on a stand for the swing arm spool, something like that. And if you don't have the center stand or swing arm stand, then just make sure that you move your bike every couple weeks or so you don't develop flat spots in the tire. But if you can, try to lift your tires up off the ground. Like mine, my center stand has my rear wheel up off the ground. See, I can spin it. And the front wheel doesn't have a lot of pressure on it, so I just put a 1-inch thick board underneath of it to get it up off of the concrete. And that's a good thing to do. You don't have to do that. But like I say, if you don't have any of the stands, just go ahead and move your bike so you don't develop flat spots in the tires. That's pretty important. And then you need to put on some kind of a battery tender. Me, I pre-wired mine, so I have one running over to my battery. So all I have to do is plug into this pigtail, like so. Now I'm good to go. Okay, that's pretty much it. There's not really a lot to it on the fuel injected bikes with them having a sealed system. That's the main thing you have to worry about is fuel, because today's ethanol is just not good for small ports, but it's the oxygen that gets to the ethanol that makes it cause problems. And with a fuel injected bike, it's a pretty much closed system, so you don't have to worry about that as much. But the Sta-Bil will help stabilize the gas so you don't have any problems with it over a short period of time. So this is my procedure. I've been doing things like this for a lot of years, so I've never had a problem with a bike come spring, starting it up and going. I've never had a problem with carburetors or anything like that. But I know that people have a lot of different procedures for winterizing their bike. Some people don't do anything and their bike turns out fine, but it'd be better to be safe than sorry. So just follow a couple of easy little things. Doesn't take very long to do, and you'll be fine. So anyway, thanks for watching.